Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack goes up. I don't even know what the fuck. I forgot how that song go. Little Rolando. I sees you. What up, Quantum Architect? I sees you. What it do? We got Lita in the house. Or X1 Lita. Let me get that correct. Bro put X1 in front. Something must be brewing. Something must be happening here. Hold on, y'all. I'm actually adjusting my microphone right now, so just let me fucking make sure it doesn't look like I have a dick in my face real fast. Hold up. Pause. What up, Crypto Neek? What it do? All right, I think we're good here. Yo. I'm sitting kind of high. Whatever. Fucking man. Hold up. What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? How's it going, cyberspace, internet land? This your boy, Crypto Bruh, a.k.a. Mo World Peace, the DJ / producer. Coming back again with another video about some dumb shit. I don't know. We've been talking about XEN for over 2 years at this point, and things are starting to look like they're making sense, it seems. See a lot of old faces reappearing. I'm seeing a lot of turned hearts, right? There's some people that were straight up shit talking. X1 will never come out. Don't even think about it. Jack's a scammer. It's never going to happen. Don't even think. X1 is a real thing. It's a lie. And now we're here. Today is September 11th, 2024. We're in the motherfucking future, and we're closer to 25 than ever before, as I usually say. So if you're not planning your future, I don't know, get it together, bro. Other than that, over here on this channel, we talk about XEN and its relationship to the overall crypto markets, and pretty much, again, like how it potentially could be one of those most decentralized tokens in the future. When we look at actual crypto, so let's go ahead and roll this out real fast, because, you know, I'm only going to talk a little bit today. I got shit going on. The end. Fun shit, though, man. Life is turned up right now. I hope your life is doing good. I hope whatever you're getting yourself into is a passion point. If you're just out there grinding and getting them dollars, bro, I hope you get them dollars and you put them into the right places. Again, this channel is not any sorts of advice, bro. Do not do anything I'm doing. I'm crazy enough, man. I like fucking XEN. Like, what? I like XEN. So yeah, don't follow me. Again, I'm not an influencer. I hope to bring inspiration or possibly insights. You know, I like those other I words, but the influencer one, nah, I'm not one of those. But yeah, so looking at the overall market, before we talk about XEN, again, we know people are FOMOing. We see you guys are back. It was, you know, X1 was a scam a month ago. Now I can't wait for X1 today, right? So crazy to watch that happen. Heard it through the grapevine that it was like, it definitely feels like if you got into Bitcoin, right? Like if you're one of the OG Bitcoiners from the way the fuck back, I'm talking about before the 200, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this is when I found Bitcoin, right? I didn't buy it or believe in it like I did 2 years later when it clicked. But in this particular moment, I did kind of understand it was gonna be something big, right? And that's why it's fun to be in XEN, because I saw this happening. I'm almost growing up with Bitcoin now, because I'm entering like my mid-30s in a few years. So like Bitcoin for me is my 20s, like from 22. From basically 22 until now, like Bitcoin has been like my credit system. Like that's how it clicked for me. It clicked where it was like, oh, credit systems are fucked, and I'm a little black dude with bad credit, so there ain't no way I'm getting, you know, I'm 19, 20, 21 getting a real credit card, because I'm already in the shits, right? Like no one taught me about credit by that time, right? But people were teaching me about Bitcoin and learning how I can turn my fiat into a scarce product, right? How I can go from an inflating network to a, you know, again, stable network with a max cap supply So yeah, Bitcoin had a lot of ideology that brought a lot of people in the very beginning stages of it. And I kind of feel that with Zen and X1. I feel like we have a lot of disbelievers and people who like are gonna go in and out, like, are they gonna crash? They're gonna crash out like a wave, but then they're gonna come back, and chill with us on the beach. Like, that's just how it's gonna be. And really finding or fine tuning your approach to how you want to drive is gonna be pretty much, in my opinion, the actual lens of Zen. So like, if you don't have good strategy, that's what you should work on to enhance your experience. Or if you're going to bring other people in, make sure you have a good strategy. And that's why, again, my strategy right now is listening to how people actually interact with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And now I see like the bipolarness, and I think we got something on our hands in the Zen world. But yeah, it's just like Bitcoin before the 200 showed up. We have the same scenario going on ours as well, right? Because your 200 on the weekly isn't going to show up for a while from the beginning of the chart, which also was a buy signal. Like, if you bought this 200 entry right here, you've been up forever in Bitcoin. That was $216. It's actually a very, very powerful number in numerology, 216 there. But shout out to numerology. But yeah, now we're all the way over here, 2024. Again, I've already predicted this scenario. It's playing out exactly how we want it to play out. There's still some more playing out to kind of showcase itself, which is, again, Bitcoin coming down to this 200 here around 39. Now, the beauty is the longer that it maintains, it's kind of, it's this level, man. I don't really know what the fuck this level is. Like, I don't know what the hell's gonna happen with Bitcoin, but what I do feel like is nobody knows what's going on. And since nobody knows what's going on, it's probably more likely to do the worst because no one knows what's going on, right? You can see it from the RSI. You would want Bitcoin to be saved here, but realistically, nobody knows what's going on. We had the debate yesterday. They didn't even talk about crypto. They didn't even talk about the real shit that's like fucking up the economy. They're still talking about topics that like people watch fucking news for. Like, we don't care about that shit, bro. That's why I'm like, man, this isn't even my election still. I still got FOMO 2028, man. Maybe. Even then, I'll only be 37. So theoretically, I might have to wait another 4 years before reality typically actually gives me what I'm looking for. You get me? Like, we living in that type of shit now. I'm so out the network, it's fucked up. When I go, I went out and bought drink last night so I could drink and watch the debate because I knew it was going to be a clown show, and I was laughing my ass off the whole time. What a time to be an American. And that's why, again, none of the actual problems were addressed, which means it's not on anyone's radar, so no one gives a fuck, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, no one gives a fuck, bro. So Bitcoin could totally go to the bottom of what we know it's going to be because the reality isn't online. They don't understand yet how important it is to have a bag of Bitcoin. And it's crazy to think we're 10 years into my future still having this conversation, right? Man, I have so many things now that just kind of like pop up and I go, okay, nah, we're still on the right track. Because that's how you create a market. Supermarkets at this point. Like, the next Bitcoin cycle is a super cycle. Hello? How the fuck did we get up to $56,000, That's super cycle bullshit, right? This right here you can almost say is a super cycle for anybody that's been in Bitcoin. Right? So if you started way down here, which, some people are still around. This is why I mine XNM, because I have a futuristic points of view on crypto. So just like those that bought this bottom of 2015, they're probably still around because the game ain't done, right? And they're fucking up, bro. 243,000%. Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry, just kidding. That's they're not there. I'm just kidding. Oh my god, that was a little too early there. I got my FOMO going. We're right here though. We're right here. 37,000%. Fuck it. Now this 501,000 rank I have up here is essentially where I could see Bitcoin going. I could definitely see Bitcoin testing $500,000 solidly. Like that would be a solid place. Then, you know, do you create a super cycle to get to 1 million? Maybe Bitcoin gets there. I have a lot of different scenarios, but it has to stand the test of time. And so far it's doing all right. But again, DirecTV lost the ABC account. So is the test of time real? You know, Reebok is owned by Adidas. So what the fuck? You know, is the test of time real? You know what I'm saying? Amazon had to buy Whole Foods, which, you know, is the test of time real, man? Is that something we should really be thinking about? Like, oh my God, is this thing gonna last long? It's like, bro, no, hell no. Probably not. Fiat will last. Bitcoin will probably do really good, but it'll probably turn into like a bond. My bond theory on the Bitcoin is like, imagine like we have an index. The idea isn't to own a Bitcoin unless like you've been in the game since like 2015. It's like, wow, you don't have any Bitcoin and you've been here this whole time. But for those coming in the future, it'll be about speculating on people holding those Bitcoins or giving them back to institutions for the index, right? So you'll have tons and tons of activity on top of Bitcoin, but maybe Bitcoin itself finds like, you know, again, like some flat line and then boom, like it has a super cycle because people are betting on its inflation, right? Because this thing is still going to inflate until 21, you know, year 2141 or some dumb shit like that. So yeah, we're in it to win it with this thing. And I feel like it's going to bring in a lot of revenue for the markets, but I don't think Bitcoin is going to become or is going to be what we thought it was a year ago. Like this might not bring in as much capital as people assume it will. And that's kind of why like the debate isn't my debate. Like they're not talking about Bitcoins yet. Fuck that. We talk about Bitcoins debate one, man. Now that they don't fry that shit. Fuck that. Nah, fuck it. I'm over it. I was at the crib yesterday like, man, we over here talking about eating cats. The economy is fucked. Jobs are trash. No one's inspired to do anything in America anymore. And you know really where I think it is because the attention economy is taken over and we're okay with that, which is why, again, Bitcoin will be huge because the attention that crypto can bring is ridiculous, right? Like someone can spend $1 and that can turn into $100 within a few seconds. Like the attention of that is ridiculous, right? Also, you have AI, which is going to be powered by crypto because you're going to have to use crypto to power it, you know, or to, confirm. Like I'm not going to send $1 through the internet, or I'm not going to use PayPal. You know, PayPal, is going to try to sell a service most likely to people to use PayPal to fucking, be the finance for their bot or some dumb shit. I don't know. I'm just thinking in the future here. But yeah, that's why, again, I know Bitcoin will be successful, but do I think it will gross the most in the next like bull run? Probably not, man. Probably not. Probably not how people believe it to be. It's probably going to be just like some normal shit. Like just 100,000. Yay. Bitcoin, it's at 200,000. Yay. That's it. Meanwhile, like Ethereum's ripping to 10K. Solana's ripping, right? 5,000. We'll give it half the price of Ethereum. I have this theory, like people have these like giant numbers in crypto, but they don't actually use it. So they don't actually like understand. Like you're late, bro. You're already late to Solana. You should have bought that shit when it was $8, my dude. If you didn't have any Solana in 2023, 22, right here, bro, when that shit was $8, you're fucking late. Pack it up. Get some just to get ready to stake. That's all I'm doing right now, right? You want to be first to the scene? You want to be first to the scene? Better find you one of these. I'm over here segueing myself into the right shits. Well, not one of those. Oh, no, I picked the wrong one. You don't want one of these. You get this Cozen one. You're on your own. I can't tell you what's going to happen there. But you get you one of these. One of these. So let's go ahead and look at Zen, man, because again, crypto markets are doing exactly what they need to do, which is freak out people so they sell. And if they sell, we get discounts. And they're all going to come back because, again, you only go back to the monetary system because you think that's where you want to land. And this, I think, is the washing machine part where people spin and then they never like they don't like the cycle. You know, like it's like, oh, shit, like I don't want to ping pong ever again. I'll just stay in Bitcoin. Right. And this is going to teach a lot of people a hard lesson. Like, do not exit crypto into fiat. That is not what we're doing here. There's still people who are going to stay in crypto and they're going to wait for you to exit into fiat and buy your shit off the DEX, off the centralized exchanges, with BlackRock doing that shit, and make sure that you spend the next 5 years working your ass off to get the same amount of coins back. God, crypto's so evil, bro. They're mean as shit in crypto. People will literally wait for you, not even tell you anything, let you dump your shit and then buy it from you and then hang it in front of your face for 5-7 years. Make you chase it until you understand you chasing at nothing. Like, you get what I mean? Like, it's, you were never supposed to chase it to begin with. You were only supposed to grow it or be influenced. That, like, you know what I'm saying? You can be influenced by crypto or you can be inspired by crypto. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's up to you as the user to really take this magic internet money and develop something that no one has ever seen before, or develop something for yourself that no one in your family has ever seen before. And that's kind of why, again, there's a lot of integrity missing in that key ingredient. And that's why I like the Zen network, because it is evil, but it's fair evil. Right now, we got people taking profits, right? So you'll see right now we're dumping. We are 10% down on the V2, and around 9% down on the V3, which is expected, right? You should expect people to dump now. Because you see, the problem is Bitcoin didn't get talked about yesterday. So Bitcoin is falling, and there's nobody that I don't think can stop it. So since Bitcoin is going to pull back, it actually opens up this gate or this portal to stop the pump that Zen is seeing. Now, I would say, man, why even get caught up in this bullshit? Because again, you're running in a circle, you're back in a cycle. You sold your Zen just so you can come back and get it. Okay, fine. Right? Me, I'm gonna go and get some fiat, and I'll see you guys at the bottom. I've done this cycle one too many times, and I've been waiting. So I'm hoping we finally get it. The thing is that math is not so much on our side in this particular position, because again, gas is starting to tick up because of this potentiality of a crash upon us, right? So whenever there's activity of crashing or pumping, we do see an increase in gas. Now, what we haven't seen in Ethereum is the idea that gas stays high. So I think there's like a situation that we haven't seen yet, because we're in a new era. I actually saw a really good article by ETHScan. If you don't follow ETHScan on X, I recommend it. They got some good shit over there. What up? What up, Fernando? What up, Simple? Simple Waters in the house. What up, Jason? Ready? First principles of crypto. What up, bro? FPOC. Zen Arcane. What's up, dogs? Enthusiasts. We got Delta Pope. CB Zen 2X in 1 week. You already know it. Man, I don't even focus so much on CB Zen, because it's going to do its thing. And like I said, there's like I said, crypto's evil, bro. People will come and dump on your head. Like, it's like, what do you call it? I posted this on my like X. And this is what I mean. Like, these people will they'll tell you their story. Shout out to this guy, Spy. But I basically, it's like, all right, Zen's already launched on Base. Perfect token to help start your DeFi journey. If you have any ETH on Base, you should check out Zen Network to find the fairest launch crypto on their network, right? You know, it's like all you need is time and gas to make CB Zen. Then the hash is the only limit. Dun, dun, dun. So, you know, I got some love. But of course, like I said, people will expose themselves. I think of this as an exposure because you should probably just keep this to yourself, bro. There's no competition. So theoretically, starting a dialogue with, I'm going to go this way already, you've already kind of like let everybody know that you're just playing your own game and, you know, you're not in the race we're in. So that's fine. You can play your own game. But this dude was like, I'll take the opposite view. Anyone buying CBZN at these levels is going to get wiped out. Anyone that starts claiming ranks on base 2 weeks after the launch is at a 5x profit at the current price. I doubt there's enough liquidity on base to absorb this much selling from these miners. So this is what I mean. Like, people have this perception that they can come and just dump Zen every single time. I have to like give it a pause because like it's like, yo, that is a very egotistical, subjective way of actually looking at the overall project. You know, like CBZN has like to relate the idea that CBZN is going to crash out in price because base doesn't have enough liquidity to support the selling. Again, like it's like egotistical way because what it's like, yo, you're putting my CBZN in your equation. Fuck that. You're like, you've already fucked your math up, bro, because I'm not going to do anything with my CBZN, and I know I have rank in the game. So why would I care if everyone sells as a rank, right? I'm playing King of the Hill on the leaderboard, and I know everybody else is too, and that's why we're all staked up. And that's why I have this bigger approach to CBZN that a 5x ain't enough. Like, why would I take a 5x, dude? The fuck, I've been here for over 2 years. Like, if it's not 1,000%, I don't want it because I know Zen is worth way more than that. And this is where, again, these users will expose themselves as they sell Zen in this particular arena because now we're at the point of disinflationary factors. Yes, 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 yes. The inflation is happening and the coin supply is inflating, but again, it's everybody's own decision to do with their Zen as they please. It's not anyone else's decision. So in the equation, you can't have everyone else. You can only have global perceptions, right? So that's why I like the G rank in Zen because it's the global rank that I can watch grow, that I can see do weird, mysterious things. That thing is what I believe is the actual difficulty of all Zens. So I encourage people to mint and I encourage people to dump because that's the most random Zen can become from my own holdings as a leaderboard or as a leader in the supply. So yeah, that's kind of why, like, yo, I can't wait to see how many people expose themselves, right? It's just like what do you call it? Like I was saying in the beginning of this stream, like everybody came back that was talking shit, like I said they would, right? I was saying that before. I was like, yo, they're gonna dump all their Zen and come back right before X1 and act like it's all good. So the best thing to take in right now is this theory that those people are exit liquidity. Dude, they've been screaming scam because, yeah, they are literally going to be our exit liquidity. We didn't even hypnotize them to do it. They just showed up again. Like, they hated on it and created their own animosity against the project. And now they have to buy it back with confusion, bro. That's crazy to me. Like, I still don't understand it. I'm still trying to comprehend it. But, like, I feel like this must be what it was like in the very beginning of Bitcoin. In the very beginning of everything, this is what it really is. Like this psychology that people are going to spit on that shit, stomp it out, light it on fire because like they're like I don't know how to really explain it, but it's like a behavioral thing where really you have to step out so you don't get caught up. Because if you even me, like I'm in Zen, but like my mindset is so far down the road. I was just talking about this with someone the other day about how we live in the present, we live in the now. So when I speak, right, my speech is the now, right? And the things that make my conversations interesting are when I take the now and either bring it to the past, right? Now my speech, let's talk about a memory. Let's talk about a moment back in time. And if I'm with someone that shared that moment with me, realistically, we're time traveling together. We are, in a sense, that quantum transformation in that moment, you know? And what's crazy is as soon as you get back to the now, it's the reality here, like a car hitting me, right? My fucking house is falling down right now or some dumb shit while I'm live, you know? Something random just taking place now is now, right? And what is future, right? Future is just putting the fucking dots together, you idiots, and just put them together. Just put the fucking dots together. And then let's talk about the future. Let's talk about how the dots connect. Yeah, that's how I be feeling with that debate yesterday. I was like, can we just get on that future talk, man? We talking about present shit. And then Trump crashed out. And I was like, damn, they got him though. I do think they trapped Trump. I think they trapped him. I think his camp didn't provide him with the right counters. And it kind of exposed to me, like, it's not that he's a puppet, because we all know that's how politics work. But we really need a sharp motherfucker in the goddamn captain room, bro. Like, you need a sharp person. You don't need someone fragile. That's how you create fragile worlds. You repair fragile worlds. You have a job when worlds are fragile. But that's not the game, you know. I don't think that's the end game, is to create a fragile world. And that's kind of why, again, that this speech that I'm talking about is really, really important to understand, because it could be the difference between you being a really, really good at social networking or just an awkward fucking turtle because you don't know how to talk about the past or the future. You can only talk about what is now, and you don't even have a lot of substance to even tell me what today and now is. Dude, I haven't streamed in 3 days. I'm turned up right now. I'm sorry. But are we rich yet, sis Tekken? What up, Sandman? Prediction of difficulty in 5 days. What up, Nomad? My XENBLOCK rank has dropped to 543. Damn. Damn. You know what's crazy about the Halving block? It ends on 420. That's pretty nuts. That's kind of actually bananas. 420, man. Yo, the power of the 4 and the 2. There's even more quantum in itself. But again, like going back to CBZen, I want to get back on this because tomorrow I'm going to go to a base conference. Not a conference, but a meetup in New York. So I'm going to meet some base heads. I'm going to talk to them about this shit. And truthfully, I hope it dumps. God damn, man. Can this shit dump? Should I give you guys like my whole rundown of how I'm doing this? Because base is tight. Like all the way down to how OpenSea is still allowing it to do its thing. And I have a very solid theory now about base. So I think CBZen, no shill. This isn't a shill. This is just me understanding Zen. I think CBZen actually has the capabilities to do everything we think Zen is going to do out of all the other coins. Now, we had this theory back when Zen first released, like, is it possible that they'll all reach parity, right? What does parity look like? Like, can all of these EVMs challenge each other at a certain price, right? And we don't even know what that means. And that was very, I would say, a loose idea. It's very loose because no one even knows what the fuck Ethereum was going to be like, right? Like nobody could predict today's gas. There's a lot of people on ETH even that are just like, I couldn't predict today's gas. Since we all didn't know that gas one day would all become essentially the same price, right? Because if no one's online and there's low bandwidth hours, those things exist, right? Until those low bandwidth hours become high bandwidth hours because of popularity of discovery, right? And that's why I mean, I'm like, nobody has a reason to go to a low bandwidth hour except a Xenian, and it's like all right, who else is in this basement below 1 Gwei trying to do something on Ethereum? There's not that many people because the trading works best when people are awake, right? Not at the basement hours of gas. So that's what I'm saying. I think All the EVMs are the same. And could parity ever happen? Possibly. But I don't think that's a thing anymore. What I do think is that there's a subject called XEN that has a price that we could potentially get to. And then to flip XEN is to say XYZ 1, 2, 3, right? I'm just talking future shit, right? We're just connecting dots. That's why I like ETH or CBZen, because it's an Ethereum 1. 2, base is a number 1 layer 2, right? It's the number 1 layer 2. And then 3, it actually has a G rank that can grow over time. Okay. So the problem with optimism, and why I'm not a fan of optimism, but I own it. Got $1,000 worth of optimism, pump it. Yeah. Hey, send it 10,000x. I got a bag. I hate how people put Zens against each other. Like, not every single one is going to 10,000x, bro. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. It's about where are you on the leaderboard. You got fucking, you number 200? Would you number 1,000? It's like, maybe you want to get your rank up so that you're not fucking, down there with the fighters and, savages fighting for fucking position 1,000 when X1 is out. Like, come on now. That's not how you do crypto. But yeah, that's why I like base, because base has the longest runway. So as someone who is going to essentially put myself into a bind, right? Like, I'm binding myself to base. When you start minting Zen, it's because you like the network. In my opinion, it's up to you. Whoever your Zen advisor is, they might say just mine it so you can dump it. Me, that's not how I do it. I mine Zen on my favorite networks because I believe in the network. So for me right now, I have shopped a lot of networks. Like, I thought Avalanche was it because, again, I started to see the G rank in Avalanche was extremely low, and it was hard to pump because of the blockchain. The blockchain itself has resistance, right? But maybe that's why it's stupid, because the blockchain itself is stupid. Like, Avalanche is stupid. And, they got good things going on for B2B enterprise services and things like that. But on a decentralized level of what is Avalanche, that shit is ass cheeks. So, of course, the G rank is low because nobody wants to interact with it. That's a clear indication that no one gives a fuck. No one's trying to go over there and brute force Zen. Everybody's just slowly mining as they go, praying like, hey, when everybody's looking for Zen, maybe they'll come over and find Zen. Doesn't that sound like the strategy? Let me get a bunch of Zen, so when people find Zen, they'll come over here and I'll have it all and I'll dump on their heads, you evil crypto user. But like, yeah, like, I don't fuck with that theory anymore. So for me personally, this looks like a shitty global rank. And it looks like nobody wants to go to Avalanche and brute force more Zen. So it's really a ghost town, right? Because why in the hell is Ethereum PAL 177 million G rank? Like, this shit doesn't even, the cheap fees. All right, that's what they'll say. Oh, it's because the fees are cheap and people got free Ethereum PAL. Like, all right, cool. So where's that narrative over here? So we all get it that this is just ass cheeks, right? Moonbeam's G rank has just started to go up. A lot of interest over there, right? And that's because it has that effect, Oh, but let me get on to this. It also has the rails. So Moonbeam is the biggest parachain in Polkadot. So it actually has the rails. You can go to a lot of exchanges and find Moonbeam because that's a rail. So for me as a discover, like I discovered Zen and I got crypto and I know how to float, I'm going to go and look for these chains with good rails. And I think the G ranks will say that, right? And it shows like Avalanche has thousands of rails, but nobody wants to go there and brute force more Avalanche, right? Look how much G rank they brute forced on EVMOS, 229 million. Dude, on Phantom, because it was so fucking cheap and everybody had Phantom. Like, because, yeah, everybody had Phantom. Everybody. It first came, if you look at this one's funny. Like, the psyche on this. First came Binance and then Phantom. And if you know, Phantom was basically like was the baby outside of like Binance Launchpad. So that's kind of why I see this G rank as like opportunity. Some knew they could get it on Binance, but they didn't have the native coin. So they did it on Phantom, and we see it right here. Same with Polygon. These teams, that's why they're so close. Polygon's extremely cheap, but again, it was the psyche of the users. You had some people who they didn't know they were brute forcing Zen into existence. They were just like, I want to make it. But yeah, they made so much of it that now I don't know why it's taking someone like myself to explain this to you. Like, everybody can go out there and do the fucking research. But yeah, like, all this supply is going to get dumped or burned. So that's kind of why, again, we're still living in a very quantum space in Zen, because until X1 chain and the burn rails, the supply can keep growing and growing and growing. And that's why, again, these parity questions or these parity ideologies, they're there, but they're not stable topics, because again, there's pieces to the puzzle of coming up with this parity, which is, do people really care about that native coin? Because if they don't, it's more than likely going to die, in my opinion. Like, RIP. Because there would be no reason for anyone to go and try to make something happen, right? You're hoping the ripple effect of a new layer 1 can tap in to a layer 1. And that's kind of why, like, again, Avalanche showed me a lot about how their community works and how their elites don't want any disruption of Avalanche, which is fine. But that's a classic way of blockchaining. Like, in X1, once it comes out, everyone's invited. Even if they have Avalanche, they're going to be invited to come to the chain and use our tools. Okay. So we've already got a one up on a lot of these EVMs, because they have that classic mentality that, like, yo, don't turn your native into anything else. Just use the chain. Right. But that's not crypto. Crypto is transformation. Whether you're transforming yourself, you know, or again, you're some tokens, some hashes. Once somebody removes that from the equation, I believe it's a booty chain. Booty chain, bro. Ass cheeks chain, avalanche cheek chain ass. That shit ass. But yeah, this is why, again, a lot of my theses right now is on base because of that theory. You see the global rank on optimism is very high as well, and that's because it was pushed for users to come and mine over here, because this is supposed to get a 10x multiplier for the burn, which is cool. I don't really know what that means. You know, all that means to me is, like, well, like I was saying, like, just get some and stake it and, like, wait for the X1 chain, because everyone's going to do all the work for you. Like, you just wait and just like, oh, okay, cool. Everybody burned all the coins. Sick. I'll slowly sell these back to you as I pay my bills. Really, it's on you how you want to play the game. But that's why I don't like this feeling on a Zen coin. And that's why I go back to CB Zen again. I love the runway. The AMP is a runway so that we know there's time. On optimism, there's no fucking time, man. It's now and now. It's now forever, bro. Maybe the future, but that's what I mean. The future is always X1. It's never what can the chain do for it, right? Think about that for all these fucking Zens. The next time you're really looking at that shit, what in the fuck is the chain gonna do for you? I know Ethereum's gonna turn up. I know Binance could turn up. Polygon, again, it's weird. I know Avalanche is weird. And then ETH POW, there ain't no rails to get there. Moonbeam, it's you know, if Polkadot fails, Moonbeam fails. Eve Moss already canceled fucking Zen. Phantom, they kind of canceled themselves. Doge Chain cancels Zen. OKX cancels Zen. Pulse Chain, again, that's why is the layer 1 gonna allow another layer 1 coin, or are they going to hate on it like Avalanche? Right? You guys have a great opportunity over there, right? And then that's why these last two Zens, these are the last two. They're layer 2s. They're both in ETH. One has a runway and one doesn't. One you can build on top of. The other you're always gonna run out of supply. If that makes any sense. So Zen really isn't gas or fuel. It's just an object or an artifact. But on base, it's much more flexible because of the runway of the AMP. Since the AMP has 200 or 2,681 days behind it, in a sense, that is a runway of opportunity, just like XEN, where anybody can interact, and the G rank is what governs the overall experience, right? And everybody's trying to get the G rank. And like I'm saying, Base is focused on increasing users, whereas Optimism is a stack. People buy Optimism to make blockchains. They don't go to Optimism to trade tokens. You can see this blatantly everywhere. And that's kind of why, again, I like OPZen, because I know it's going to moon, because I know it has the rails, right? It's not hard to get Ethereum Optimism or Optimism ETH. So since it's not hard to get Optimism ETH, it won't be hard to get OPZen. That's why everybody's here right now already, because they got here so fast. Look how fast everybody got the base, man. That's just still blowing my mind. How fast y'all got to base once things started moving. Because it took a while for people to trust it. Bro, I've been buying this shit since here, right? Because what we discovered in March with base was they stopped minting. And everybody stopped minting because the blobs fucked up gas for a second. And it required like all the layer 2s to like change their gas settings. And that's why it was like $80 for like to make CBZen at one point. And that ended up taking it all the way up to this high of 8 zeros and a 3. Because at the time, when we look at the daily, that's why I really like this moment right now. So at the time, and I can show you this is correlation shit. So at the time, we had a lot of people who had mints ending, saying the same shit they were saying right now. I'm gonna dump everything. I'm gonna dump it all, right? And I was just like, yo, it doesn't matter anymore. This has just changed. Like right in this area, this boost is because no one's making Zen and no one has enough to sell it. And nobody cared about CBZen because the gas was cheap. And they were like, I don't need to make a bunch of that. So the only people that were making it were people who were like, I want to burn for X1, which was a super small group of people anyways, because like no one thought it was going to come out, right? And all of us also were trying to make sure we were minting Zen in a respectable arena like ETHZen, right? Or the chain that's going to have the biggest market cap, right? That was March of this year, bro. It's fucking September. It's been a while. But when this happened, what it did is it forced those that actually had CBZen to sell their bags. They actually had to sell their bags, and they didn't think CBZen was going to have a future. That's why it went up and it came down, and I just kept buying it because I was like, oh yeah, they already oversold their bags right here. Like this, to sell this right here was fucking hard. This part right here was hard as fuck. We were buying that shit by the hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. So that's why you see this dip on the RSI, because the actual supply became oversold. Like people actually oversold their mints. All right. So right now we're at a place where it's like, oh, you know, what dude is saying is facts. Like there's a lot of people sitting on CBZen that could just in stake and dump all that shit right now and just wipe out what we have going on. But that's kind of why I'm like, yo, you don't understand. There's a runway here. With that mentality, you're already playing to my benefit of the game because you're minting the Zen and you're going to sell it to me on the DEX at lower prices than me making it. So I actually want you to bring the inflation to the chart and scare people from buying so I can continue to get my trillions. You can't get a trillion unless you spend a certain amount of money. And I can keep breaking this shit down, man. Like I already have the facts. That's why it's so fucking fun. We're way above the 200 now. CBZen's rocking. And again, it doesn't matter that you can make it a lot, because since you can, it allows a lot of people to participate. It removes the friction that ETHZen has. Like ETHZen has that stupid friction where people go, I don't know if I want to make a mint over here because what is gas going to be in 400 days? I don't know if I can stake over here because what is gas going to be in 400 fucking days? Dude, fuck all that friction shit. Just get on a lower cost chain Zen that's denominated in Ethereum. That sounds like a really good solution to this frictional problem of you not wanting to learn how Zen works. Yeah, I mean, inflation is good. Hello. We want that. That's how you can make a DApp. And there's fucking low prices for the DApps, man. Not all the DApps need to be expensive. Hello. Man, I hate being a futuristic person, motherfucker. Muy bien. What up, A? Augmented. If you free mint on Binance, do you also get free XN or not? I think they're getting XN too. But it's all like, how do you say this? They're going to create an oracle, bro. And then this oracle is going to pay attention to the market cap. So even if people are free minting on Binance, you won't reap the benefits unless you're there. It's not like X1 is going to fill a free mint from Binance, if that makes any sense. X1 is actually tethering itself to Ethereum Zen. And that's kind of why, again, Ethereum Zen is sacred. Mint it and really hold that shit. Even if it's 100 million, fuck it, hold that shit. Who cares? Like, hold it, stake it. Like, this is really the chain you got to do that on. You got to really understand that this is where you do that. You experiment with inflated numbers on side chains like CBZen, where you say, hey, I'm gonna go get 1 trillion. But to get 1 trillion on Ethereum is extremely difficult. It's not like a normal rodeo, you know, like it's fucking hard. You can go to this mint calculator on Zenmon and you can see this play out. Calculator. Ooh, calculator. Hey, make sure you hit the like button, man. If you like this shit, man, hit the motherfucking like button, man. If you're watching this on Twitter, hit the motherfucking heart. Por favor. Muy bien. But yeah. So, where am I at with it? We got the calculator up. Okay, 84. Fuck, I lost my place. Global rank. Fuck, did I bring up the calculator? I started reading the chat and I boofed. But yeah, so CBZen. Oh yeah. Now I remember. Okay, we got to go here. So on this one, this is Zenmon. What it does is it basically, as you can see right here, let me see if you can see it. I think you can see it. I mean, I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit more. Oh man. All right, fuck it. I gotta disappear. But what you'll see is, I care, man. I want y'all to see this shit. So they got the summary right here, but this is how you create future rewards. So this is like a future rewards calculator. All right, so I'll drop it in the chat if you want to go. I like this one because, again, it's every single Zen. Now what you have to do is some motherfucking math here, okay? No one has the scripts yet. So what I typically do is I like to find an average of the G rank. The way I do that is I go over here to the global rank, right? See this right here? This is ZenPub, and I'll see the little global rank right here, bro, and I'll turn all that shit off. And I'm like, all right, cool, we got the global rank. I'll try to read it, but that's too hard. All right, so scrap that idea already. You want to click this button right here called Data View, and then it shows you all of the G ranks. Yay! So we're gonna just do some classic math here. We'll just take we'll start yesterday because yesterday is complete. Today it's not so complete, you know. So we'll go ahead. We'll drop this in real quick. Oh shit! Is this not gonna let me do that? Man, I really hate calculators. I gotta find a solid one. What kind of calculator do you use? What's the calculator that you're using out there, America? I don't need a compound interest calculator. I just need a regular calculator. I guess I could use my computer calculator. Hold on, let me use my computer calculator. I'll be forgetting sometime. I got a Mac. I got a Mac. Mathway. All right, is this one gonna let me do it? All right, this one's letting me do it. This one's letting me do it. Your services are done here. All right, so back over here. So we copy that one. We're gonna copy this one from 09. All right, you're gonna subtract the two. So we see here in a day's worth of motherfucking minting, people minted 125,000 C ranks. All right, it minted 125,000 C ranks between the 10th and the 9th. Y'all motherfuckers is mining. So here, let's go ahead and let's see the next day real fast. Let's just see the next day real quick. We're gonna go ahead and restart this over real fast. Gonna go paste, and then we'll grab the 8th, and we'll go back and minus the 8th from the 9th. And wow, 159. You motherfuckers are making a lot of CBs in. So let's go ahead and let's do we'll do an average here. So we'll just do 3 days. So far I'm seeing 150 for the last 3 days. It's actually pretty interesting doing it live, because when I do it on my own lately, it's been around 60,000. Whoa, shit. Hella G rank. Wow. If you made a mint before the 7th, you fucking won. Because your bags must have got super pumped up. Or not super pumped, but like hella, G rank came after you. So this is kind of where I'm at with it. So like 615. This is like 615,000 separated between everybody. That's an enormous amount of G rank. Here we'll do 5 days. Fuck them. So this is day 4 of the week. All right, much lower. But that's what I mean. So people will pump the G rank, but we gotta see in a second how much money it actually costs to pump the G rank. Because, oops, oh man, you'll see there's some lulls. There are some days where there's a lull. Minus. So yeah, this is average. This is actually the average of how big the G rank usually goes. But because CBZen is so fucking, it got gained popularity out of nowhere, the G rank fucking exploded, right? And that's actually what you want to see. You do not see that shit on Ethereum, and you will not see that shit on Ethereum because there's too much gas friction, right? The greed is what's happening on CBZen. So that's what's awesome. People are getting ready to create a bunch of this shit, and we like inflation because I love cheaper prices, right? Not all the time will you be able to get, the lowest lows, but you'll need those hyperinflationary moments for that to come out. So now we can go back over here, right? Now we got the calculator. What we can do is we can do 1 day. So let's do 1 day. Oops. Do one motherfucking day. All right. And how many people come after you? I mean, you're kind of like living in this new future. But again, I'm just going to do 60,000 users. We'll do 65,000. And then we'll also change it to what we just saw so you can see like the aggressiveness of it. And now when it comes to base, it's really hard to make VMUs because they limited the amount of gas that can go in a block. So theoretically right now you can do around 113. You can get around 113 VMUs in one batch. After 113, it might cancel or it might be really hard to just get it through. So I've seen 120s. There are some 155s out there, but that's outside this modern gas restriction. Okay, just so you know. So we got base. It's going to come in right here. What we can see right here is in 1 day, if you made a 1 day mint at 113 VMUs with this is on the average day in base, you create 4.7 million CBs in, right? And it would cost you roughly around at these 0.1 prices, roughly around 71 cents, 66 cents to make the complete round trip, right? But most people are grabbing it for here. Like if you're not getting your mint on CBZen at 0.001, you're really slipping. Okay, sometimes you can even get it here. 3 zeros. That's like I said, the basement hours in Gwei come very late on base. You can go out there and find some super cheap CBZen. And that's why, again, like it really just depends on these mechanisms. And that's why I also bring in the theory, like, is this sustainable? Like, what happens when people start building bots and they're looking for this and they're only minting here? You feel me? But again, it'll just be an increase of it. And even at this rate here, you're still, you know, you're not making anything. Yeah, it's not enough. We still need this to go up in price for this before this even costs any money. So in one day you get 4 million, right? So in one day, how much does it take to get a, you know, a trillion, right? So, oh wait, my bad. We can go back here and we can just do it real quick. We can do 1 billion. But we're going to do a billion because that's really what's hard to get. Like most people want to get a billion. So 100,000 million billion. All right. And to divide that by this. So 211 max mints. You need 211 max mints, right? So you could totally do this to make a billion, right? And then let's see here. Yeah. So it, you know, it's going to cost you $2, right? To make a billion in a day. And then you could go over here and then you could sell your billion. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for $1.30. Damn, you're still not in profit at these prices to do some dumb shit like that. Right. And that's kind of why, again, I believe that CBZen has a really good restriction, because as soon as you step into these larger numbers, when you do the math, it takes a lot of days. So now let's say, like, again, these users change. So we'll go ahead and we'll change it up to what we've been seeing, which is like, let's say we'll just do an average here. So we'll just do 400,000 G ranks, right? That just gives you 1 extra million CBZen. Big baller, shakala. I mean, bro, the C rank has to explode. Let's say 1 million users show up. Damn, bro, you don't even get enough. If 1 million users show up, you don't even get an extra million. Extremely bullish. Right? The only way you're going to get a bunch of CBZen is if you're buying it off motherfuckers right now, or you're making it and holding it and staking it and trying to stack as much as you can, because on a daily, you're not going to do it. You're going to need days, and days create ambiguity. So like, let's say I add 100 days, right? Yeah, the number goes up, but do it though? Like, does it really? Like, for the work you're going to have to do to create enough to impact the price, does it really work? You get me? And that's why I'm telling you, CBZen is telling us what the future is of Zen. When we remove the friction, people will pump the G rank and they will make inflation and create a market. And you won't be able to stop it with any of your dumping, because they're gonna encourage it. They're gonna be like, come on over, dump your shit, please, because I need power. Right? Zen is power once you learn how it works. Once you learn how the G rank works, Zen tokens become power, because that's the only way you can absorb the APY to get a little bit more. Right? APY right now on CBZen just flips to 15% in 68 days. Right? So you got 68 days to scoop up as much Zen as you can and stick it in a stake for 1,000 days so you can gather 16%, and then it goes down 1% in 68 days. And then after that, again, it goes down, and this is on a schedule. You can go and see that. But yeah, I think that's why, again, I'm really into base, because it has the runway for that speculation, for people to come and try to mine it and think they can dump it, for people like myself to educate people on how you can actually create your own self-custody on base, right? In a matter of a few, you can, like I said, who's to say I'm not working on an app, right? Or a dApp where, you know, it's actually based on 1 day's worth of G rank. You don't think I've already asked the AI, how the fuck do we make it? You know, and I've already seen many different variations of how we can use this, because it's just math at the end of the day. Nobody has enough time in the world, is where I'm at with it now too, for this to leave the hands of the innovators. So like, and again, that's why, like, a lot of Zen, in my opinion, it doesn't get the credit it deserves. It's because people don't speak from a point of innovation until fucking Jack shows up, and then they're like, oh, like, you know, too many questions, man. We need to start bringing fucking answers as like a community. But I know that's later on down the line. Again, concepts are about inspiration, and people will find this inspo because we're going to keep talking about it. And I can't wait again. I'm going to go to base tomorrow. I'm going to show people this. Hopefully I can find some cool base people who want to build. If you're going to be in New York at the base event, tap in. But yeah, I think CBZen is a great deflationary tool inside of base to create self-custody in a matter of 24 hours. No friction. The only friction is the chain itself. So if base is saying it's going to provide no fee friction, then this potentially could be one of the biggest tokens on base, because everybody's going to try to chase the ARB. And I don't know why. I have no clue why they're going to chase the ARB. I'm going to tell them they should burn it for X1, but they're going to continue to say the ARB is going to be better than the burn. I don't know why, you know. I've heard that before, though, on the ETH side, that maybe you don't want to burn your coins. Maybe you don't want to get rid of everything because everybody else will. And that's kind of why, again, we don't have that culture in Ethereum. Some people talk about it, but we don't have enough believers yet. And it's going to take a while to create those believers, because this is a legacy chain with a lot of old money on it. And old money don't want to see new money turn up. That's why I like CBZen again. This new shit, bro. There ain't no other whales over here except crypto users, because it's a layer 2. And you could buy Ethereum from Coinbase and send it here and beat somebody who's got to fucking port their ETH from actual ETH. Fuck. That's the part that sucks for an OG right now. They actually have to port their Ethereum from Ethereum, and do it in a manner in which they won't show up on the radar. So I think that's another reason why people don't want to support Base, because it's a hot object. It's definitely centralized as fuck. So it's not crypto friendly for the original. But for the expansion of markets, you gotta be fucking kidding me if you think Base isn't gonna be the shit. Especially with, that's what I mean, like, yo, XNM is what you mine to save your Zen, right? We've already been saying this. Like, if you're not mining XENBLOCKs, then you don't get to actually think a little bit outside the blocks, or no pun intended. So it's important to get both going. A favorite EVM and some XENBLOCKs. And you'll never, in my opinion, have to stress about this fucking mint calculator, because you're not trying to keep something alive, right? Again, like, I don't know what your favorite chain is, but can you pull the base effect on your favorite chain, right? And does it have the rails for people to show up? Look at Bitcoin. It's trying its best. 20-inch blade on my Impala. Oh, you like the Google calculator? Yeah. Nah, I had to use my other one. But yeah, so yeah, use this to your advantage. What else do I got going on here? Prime Miner is still priming. People are playing this heavy. I really hope this comes out very soon. And then Optimism's in. Maybe somebody else can come in and spice it up for us. But I think this needs a really good burn DApp that associates it all into, you know, make it all come together. The Optimism's in just started to also get stakers. So let me close this. So this is what makes CBZen, again, like, what in my opinion, like, if you're looking for it, it might show up here before anywhere else, right? So, and the reason for this is because people stake it. So we're seeing a significant amount of unbalance, where the liquid supply is shrinking faster and faster than the stake supply, which essentially means you need stakers to sell their inflation in order for there to be coins. Or again, you're going to need people to make Zen by the day, right? And that needs to become profitable so that people can do it. right? And if they did do it, what does that even look like? Why are you injecting like $100 to make $200, right? It's like, won't that just create a market where now people burn it and then we're losing AMP? That's why I keep saying we're losing AMP. The AMP goes down 1 every day. So every day you manipulate the network, every day you help the network in a sense, right? It's like it feeds on manipulation. And that's kind of why, again, Optimism Zen just doesn't give us a runway to have fun like that. And that's why the chart looks the way it looks. There's not a lot of speculation because no one can run over here now and pump the G rank, right? Pumping the G rank is at 1 with AMP. So everyone's the same. If you pump at 500, I can pump at 500 and we're in the same lane. Now we're just in a money race. Who's got the most capital to inject into Optimism Zen in order for it to, in order for you to capitalize on the green, right? Because you're going to inject your capital into G rank, not into the DEX. The only reason you would do it in the DEX is because, again, you're going to sell it unless you're doing both, which is I'm going to inject capital into the DEX and pump it, and then I'm going to pump the G rank and make people think it's alive, which isn't a bad idea either. I'm not the whale to do it, so I'm just putting it the fuck out there. I'm not going to do it. I'm on CB Zen for that reason. Because it's like, that's why I keep saying it. Every time I look back at CB Zen, it just tells me again, like, yo, there's zero friction over here. Like, you don't even need to worry about people not getting it. Because as long as you're playing your own game, you can make as much Zen as you want. And as long as I'm playing side by side with the G rank and staking my coins and going long past the AMP, eventually it's my game with a couple of people around me. Because we're all going to be playing the same fucking game, which is get the most coins. And get the most coins tied with the fucking market cap and X1 coming out. Are you fucking kidding me? And a runway of 2,600 days for people to speculate? Please dump today. OPZen is now a store of value until 2028. Damn, Fernando. I mean, yeah, that's all I mean, though. It's just, that's all it can be. That's why I mean, though, like, that's harder to sell. You're basically trying to sell a brick of gold instead of a stream of water. And the gold is Zen. So you can't put a brick of gold against a brick of gold. It's going to be too hard for people to divide the two. That's why everyone keeps trying to shoot shots at CB Zen to try to get people to stop believing in it or something. That's like my theory on it. It's like, if you can say don't look at it, maybe people won't look at it. But that, in my opinion, is what is going to make people want to look at it. Like, I didn't want to look at it either. But then when I saw that gas shit, I started looking at it, and then I was, I got over it. I got over the idea that it's cheap to make. Like, that's actually perfect. Like, cheap to make, and it has its own individual price. Huh. So we can make it for nothing and sell it for a lot of it. What? Until people catch on, and then there's enough people to actually make inflation to oversell the current G rank. Or you get what I mean? Like that's how I'm thinking the flip flop could only happen. Like, a bunch of people join G rank and we don't buy back the coins, and they're dumping, thinking that it's gonna recover or something. And that's why right now I think we're too low in price for that scenario to really impact us right now. Like, that's like a year. That's like years down the road where the G rank it's like pumping, and now Zen is crashing because everyone's bank running for some reason. And that's what I mean. That's the ambiguous outlook of all Zens. You don't know what the chain is going to do, if it's going to disappear, if it's going to be around in 10 years, So it's really important to make sure you pay attention to that part and pick something. Again, pick your favorite chain because you know about it. You understand what's happening behind the scenes. If you pick a chain that you don't understand, it's kind of like, again, it's kind of on you that it sucks, I mean, hold on one second. Yeah, it's kind of on you. Hold up. All right, I'm gonna answer this person in a second. I got some shit to answer, but yeah, we're about to tune out real quick because that's all I got, man. I'm probably not gonna tune in tomorrow or Friday, so Good luck. Peace.